Here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Straight Edge and you're watching Straight Edge TV, and this video on this glorious day, if you are living in the UK, is the second part of the Superstars shake-up. This today is going to be a video on what happened on the Smackdown side of things. So without further ado, let us go into who is on Smackdown as of right now. So we've got Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy has been moved over to Smackdown Live with the United States Championship belt. This all came about when Shelton Benjamin was having a word with the WWE Universe regarding that his Twitter got hacked and he didn't mean to send that tweet, or he didn't send that tweet regarding Chad Gable and Chad Gable's future on Monday Night Raw. So he asked for competition. Randy Orton came out and answered the competition, and just so have it, our first former Raw superstar came out, Jeff Hardy, the United States Champion. Could we potentially see a feud between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship belt in the next couple of weeks? It seems to be going that way. I mean, Randy Orton hasn't had his rematch, I don't believe. He was in a triple threat match for the #1 contendership, I believe. I think it was. But yeah, could we potentially see a feud between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy? Next up, we had a still of two women superstars coming over. Paige, as the newly appointed SmackDown General Manager, has brought the rest of Absolution over with her. So Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, who got attacked by Ronda Rousey last night on Raw, or Monday night on Raw. But yeah, Absolution have come over to the blue brand now. Next up, quite a surprise for me. I did not see this coming, but it is what it is. Samoa Joe is now part of SmackDown Live's roster, and what a acquisition this is for the blue brand. Not too sure what's going to happen with Samoa Joe at the moment, as he's got the Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and also he has got the feud with Roman Reigns at Backlash, so that could be like a Raw versus SmackDown feud. But going forward, it is a major superstar going over to SmackDown Live, one which I did not expect. Samoa Joe, he's had feuds with AJ Styles in the past, especially in TNA. He can hold his own. I mean, we've seen him as soon as he came onto the roster as Triple H's basically henchman about a year or so ago. He's had quite a few decent matches, and yeah, could we potentially be seeing him in the WWE Championship picture anytime soon? Next up, we had a video package, which was quite a creepy video package. We did not know what it was all about. It was quite an eerie video package, and the first NXT call-ups from the SmackDown Live side have been announced, and it is none other than the faction known as Sanity. It is Eric Young, Killian Dane, and Alexander Wolf. I've got to be honest, I haven't watched NXT for quite a while, probably about 2 or 3 years, so I'm not too clued up with what Sanity do and how Sanity are, but looking at their video package, wow, there is going to be chaos on the blue brand. And next up, we saw a backstage segment involving Daniel Bryan being interviewed by Renee Young, and then the camera pans over to what at the time I thought was the Great Khali. It went straight up to the superstar's head, and it was none other than Big Cass. Big Cass is now a member of the SmackDown Live roster, and wow, what a massive coup that is for the blue brand. Big Cass, we haven't really seen him as a singles competitor as much since he disbanded the team with Enzo Amore. He's had a minor feud with Big Show, but he's just been out injured with an Achilles injury, I believe it was, ACL tear of 9 months, I think it was. So yeah, he's on his way, and it looks like that they might be trying to put him into a feud with with Daniel Bryan, but with The Miz coming over as well, who knows what's in store for Big Cass. I mean, Big Cass did end the show by taking out Daniel Bryan, which prompted the crowd to quite a lot of boos, which I'm loving the fact that they're trying to play on the fact that he's a monster heel. Could we potentially be seeing like the Braun Strowman of SmackDown Live? I know Braun Strowman's quite a likeable character and the crowd are getting behind him, but like when he first come on to Raw as a single superstar, they tried to push him as that monster heel. Could we potentially be seeing the same with Big Cass? And I know he's quite hated by the WWE Universe, so that is exactly what Mr. McMahon wants. Yeah, so that's Big Cass. He's coming over to the blue brand. Next up, women's superstar once again, Asuka has come over to SmackDown Live. We are going to be seeing Asuka full time on SmackDown Live on Tuesday nights, and yeah, we saw her in a little bit of a confrontation between like a 3 superstar versus 3 superstar. It was Becky Lynch and Charlotte being beaten up by the Iconics, or the Iconic Duo, however you want to call them, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, with whilst Carmella was celebrating her championship win against Charlotte last week. So yeah, Asuka has now joined the blue brand. We had a segment with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They are the new members of the SmackDown Live roster, and yeah, we're going into the tag teams now. So Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, former tag team champions on Monday Night Raw. They hadn't really been given the push that they deserved. We could have seen something major with Finn Balor. Maybe we could be seeing something major with AJ Styles. I know that they've got the affiliates from their time in Japan, but who knows what could happen with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Certainly they deserve the push that they need. They've not really made much success on the red brand apart from being the one-time Raw Tag Team Champions, but SmackDown Live might be the way for them. And talking of tag teams, we've got none other than Sheamus and Cesaro. They are coming over to SmackDown Live, and what a tag team this is. This could only mean one thing for the Tag Team Championship match, the Raw Tag Team Championship match at the Greatest Royal Rumble between Cesaro and Sheamus, and Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. We could potentially be seeing a spoiler of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt becoming the Raw Tag Team Champions. Why else would they transfer the bar over to the blue brand? Sheamus and Cesaro, they've been multi-time tag team champions. You know their history. They're more than capable of holding their own as singles competitors, as tag team competitors. It's the sky's the limit for them when they've got competition like the New Day, which they faced beforehand on Monday Night Raw, and now the Usos as well, and also Harper and Rowan, the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Tag team division is hotting up on the blue brand. So Sheamus and Cesaro are the next superstars on SmackDown. And then we saw a backstage segment regarding the New Day, and the New Day panned the camera panned over to a certain superstar, and it was none other than R-Truth. R-Truth is now the newly acquainted superstar on the SmackDown Live roster. He's making his SmackDown debut since the brand split in 2016, and it looks like we're going to see the comical side of R-Truth, the best side of R-Truth, I believe, when he says that he's scared of ladders, but then he's entered into a ladder match. He forgets where he is, forgets what day it is, especially like earlier on in the SmackDown Live episode earlier. We saw a segment between the New Day and Ty Dillinger, and yeah, it was just absolutely comical. R-Truth thought he was on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, it's just classic R-Truth, the way that we want to see R-Truth. And I know that he's been out with injury for the past couple of months, but it's great to see what they've got in store for R-Truth. I know he's not getting any younger, but who knows what could happen in the future. And then the last superstars on my notes is none other than the former NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas. and also bringing with him is Selena Vega. As I said beforehand regarding Sanity, I don't really know much about these two. I know that Andrade Cien Almas was the former NXT champion, and I knew that he was going to be called up soon. It was just a matter of time. Smackdown Live seems to be the brand for him. But yeah, I can only apologise because I don't really watch NXT. I'm currently in the process of looking back at old NXT videos, like when Big E Langston was in there, Seth Rollins, Conor O'Brien, to name a few, Adrian Neville. But like as we're going past like 2014 onwards, I've not really been keeping in touch with NXT than what I should have probably. So I can't really talk much about Cien Almas, but I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to Smackdown Live on Tuesday nights. So that is it for the two-part of the Superstar Shake-Up. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening to me waffle on. If you like it, please hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. More content is coming your way in the future. If you want to see any more reaction videos, please just put a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. But as I say, I am in the process of trying to get WWE 2K18 Universe Mode content coming up very shortly. But yeah, if you could just hit that subscribe button and comment down below on who you think is going to make the biggest impact out of all them superstars. Also, can't forget that The Miz was transferred over to SmackDown whilst on Monday Night Raw, so The Miz is now on SmackDown, as we saw. But yeah, just make sure you hit a comment who you wanted to see on SmackDown Live. I know I put a couple of predictions up regarding Elias and Jeff Hardy, which did come about. But yeah, I mean, Alexa Bliss was another one possibly regarding her status on Raw and the fact that she didn't want to go out to see or sit with Nia Jax on commentary in the match again with Ember Moon and Mickie James. That was another surprise, but I'm quite happy with the Superstar Shake-Up, and until the next time, thank you very much for tuning in, and goodbye.